The wind carries stories across the endless grasslands of what will one day be called Nebraska, but tonight, those stories belong to giants. Kaya crouches behind a stand of stunted cottonwoods, her obsidian-tipped spear trembling in her calloused hands. Before her, silhouetted against the dying embers of twilight, stands a creature that shouldn't exist in the same world as her people, yet here it is, breathing, living, towering above the landscape like a monument to Earth's forgotten past. The giant ground sloth stretches nearly 12 feet into the darkening sky, its massive claws scraping against the bark of an ancient oak as it strips away bark with methodical precision. Each movement sends tremors through the ground beneath Kaya's feet, a reminder that she shares this continent with beings that dwarf her ancestors' wildest nightmares. This is Megatherium americanum, a titan among creatures, weighing as much as a modern elephant but built for an entirely different kind of existence. 27,000 years ago, the Americas pulse with a primordial energy that modern humans can barely comprehend. Ice sheets stretch across much of what will become Canada and the northern United States. But here in the heart of the continent, vast savannas teem with megafauna that seem pulled from mythology itself. Yet these aren't myths. They're the daily reality for the scattered bands of humans who've managed to survive the treacherous journey across Beringia, the land bridge that connected Asia to North America during this Ice Age epoch. Kaya's breathing slows as she watches the sloth's massive head swing toward her hiding spot. Its small dark eyes hold an intelligence that sends chills down her spine. This isn't just some mindless beast, it's a survivor just like her, shaped by millions of years of evolution to thrive in this harsh landscape. The creature's thick fur, matted and scarred from countless encounters with predators and the elements, ripples in the evening breeze. Every fiber of its being speaks to an ancient wisdom, a connection to the earth that humans are only beginning to understand. The sloth's enormous claws, each one longer than Kaya's forearm, dig into the tree trunk with surprising gentleness. These same claws that could easily disembowel a saber-toothed cat are now delicately peeling away strips of nutritious cambium, the layer of tissue just beneath the bark that provides essential nutrients during the harsh winter months. It's a reminder that in this world, survival often depends more on intelligence and adaptation than on brute strength. Behind Kaya, her clan waits in tense silence. 8 souls, including 3 children, who've never known a world without giants. Their leader, a weathered hunter named Tanak, whose scarred arms tell stories of encounters with creatures that would drive modern humans to madness, gestures for patience. He's tracked these giants for weeks, learning their patterns, understanding their territories, because survival in this epoch requires more than just avoiding these creatures. It requires coexistence. The archaeological record whispers tantalizing secrets about this period, but the full story remains locked in stone and bone, waiting for patient scientists to piece together the puzzle of human arrival in the Americas. Carbon dating reveals human presence stretching back at least 15,000 years, with mounting evidence suggesting even earlier arrivals. Sites like Monteverde in Chile and Meadowcroft Rock Shelter in Pennsylvania push those dates back further still, painting a picture of multiple waves of migration, each bringing their own survival strategies and cultural innovations. But the question that haunts researchers and captivates the imagination isn't just when humans arrived, it's how they managed to survive alongside creatures that could crush them with a single careless step. The giant ground sloths weren't the only titans sharing this landscape. Dire wolves with jaws powerful enough to crush mammoth bones prowled in packs twice the size of modern wolves. Saber-toothed cats stalked through forests of towering conifers, their curved fangs perfectly evolved for delivering killing blows to thick-skinned prey. Short-faced bears, standing 11 feet tall on their hind legs, dominated territories spanning hundreds of square miles. Kaya shifts her weight, and a twig snaps beneath her foot. The sound echoes across the clearing like a gunshot, and instantly, the giant sloth's massive head swivels in her direction. For a heart-stopping moment, predator and prey lock eyes across the gulf of evolution that separates them. But something unexpected happens. Instead of aggression or fear, there's a moment of recognition, as if both creatures understand that survival in this world requires a delicate balance of respect and distance. The sloth's lips pull back, revealing massive grinding teeth designed for processing the tough vegetation that dominates this landscape. It's not a threat display. It's simply the creature returning to its meal, acknowledging Kaya's presence without considering her dangerous enough to warrant concern. This casual dismissal both relieves and humbles her. In a world where humans are still figuring out their place in the ecosystem, being ignored by a megafauna might be the highest compliment to her stealth skills. Tanak creeps forward, his movements fluid and practiced. He's spent decades learning to read the language of giants, understanding that aggressive confrontation means death, but careful observation can reveal opportunities for survival that benefit both species. The relationship between early Americans and megafauna wasn't simply one of hunter and prey. Archaeological evidence suggests a complex web of interactions that included scavenging, territorial respect, and even possible mutualistic behaviors. Recent discoveries at sites across North America revealed tool technologies specifically adapted for processing megafauna remains, but also evidence of humans actively avoiding direct confrontation with the largest species. Sophisticated projectile points designed for mammoth hunting appear alongside smaller, more precise tools for processing plant materials and smaller game. It suggests a nuanced understanding of when to engage and when to withdraw, a survival philosophy built on reading the rhythms of a continent still dominated by giants. The sloth moves with surprising grace for such a massive creature, its powerful limbs carrying it toward a grove of hackberry trees, whose fruits provide crucial calories during the lean months. Each step sends vibrations through the ground that Kaya feels in her bones, a constant reminder that she exists in a world where the wrong move could mean not just her death, but the extinction of her entire lineage. Behind the immediate drama of human megafauna encounters lies a deeper story of environmental adaptation that would reshape both species forever. The climate 27,000 years ago was in constant flux, with advancing and retreating ice sheets creating corridors of opportunity and barriers to movement that forced all creatures to remain flexible in their survival strategies. The giant ground sloths had evolved over millions of years to handle these changes, developing the ability to digest tough, fibrous vegetation that sustained them when other food sources disappeared. Humans, by contrast, were evolutionary newcomers to the Americas, bringing with them technologies and cultural adaptations developed on entirely different continents. Their success depended on rapid learning and cultural innovation, passing survival knowledge from generation to generation with an efficiency that allowed them to adapt to new environments within decades rather than millennia. Kaya watches the sloth strip bark with methodical precision, and she begins to understand something that will echo through her people's oral traditions for generations to come. These giants aren't obstacles to human survival. They're teachers, demonstrating how to extract nutrients from plants that seem inedible, showing where to find water during drought seasons, revealing which areas provide shelter during the brutal storms that sweep across the continent. The evening air carries the scent of change, not just the seasonal shift from summer to autumn, but something deeper and more permanent. Unknown to Kaya and her people, they're witnessing the twilight of the megafauna epoch. Within a few thousand years, most of these giants will vanish from the earth, leaving behind only bones and the memories embedded in human stories. Whether their extinction results from climate change, human hunting pressure, or some combination of factors remains one of paleontology's most hotly debated questions. But tonight, in this moment frozen between worlds, the giant ground sloth represents something magnificent and terrible, the raw power of natural selection made manifest in fur and claw and bone. Its very existence challenges every assumption about what's possible in the natural world, forcing both Kaya and modern scientists to expand their understanding of life's incredible diversity. The sloth pauses in its feeding, massive head tilting as it processes some sound beyond human hearing. Its nostrils flare, testing the wind for scents that might signal danger or opportunity. This heightened awareness isn't paranoia. It's the result of millions of years of evolution in a world where vigilance means survival. Even giants must remain alert to threats, whether they come in the form of pack-hunting dire wolves or the subtle environmental changes that can transform a thriving ecosystem into a death trap. Tanak signals to his clan, and they begin to withdraw as silently as they approached. Tonight's observation has provided valuable intelligence about giant sloth behavior, information that will be woven into their survival strategies and passed down through generations. They've learned that these creatures pose no immediate threat to humans who respect their space, but they've also witnessed firsthand the awesome power contained within those massive limbs and claws. As they retreat through the darkening grasslands, Kaya glances back one final time at the giant ground sloth. It continues its methodical feeding, utterly unconcerned with the small band of humans who've shared its evening. There's something profoundly humbling about the encounter, a reminder that humans in this epoch are still visitors in a world shaped by forces far greater than themselves. The night sky opens above them, unmarked by artificial light, revealing stars with a clarity that modern humans never experience. The Milky Way stretches across the heavens like a river of light, and beneath its glow, the continent pulses with life both familiar and alien. Somewhere in the distance, a dire wolf pack announces its presence with howls that carry for miles across the open landscape. Closer by, the trumpeting of a mammoth herd signals their movement toward winter feeding grounds. This is the soundtrack of Pleistocene America, a symphony of survival played out against a backdrop of environmental extremes that would challenge every living creature to adapt or perish. For humans, success in this world requires more than just individual survival skills. It demands the development of complex social structures, sophisticated technologies, and cultural innovations that can be transmitted across generations. The relationship between humans and giant ground sloths represents just one thread in the complex tapestry of early American life, but it's a thread that reveals profound truths about adaptation, coexistence, and the delicate balance between predator and prey. Archaeological evidence suggests that this relationship was far more nuanced than simple avoidance, with humans learning to exploit the ecological niches created by megafauna activities. Giant ground sloths, with their powerful claws and massive size, were ecosystem engineers, creating clearings in forests, digging wells that provided water access for smaller animals, and dispersing seeds across vast distances. Early humans learned to follow these ecological modifications, taking advantage of the habitat changes created by megafauna activities, while avoiding direct competition with creatures that could easily overpower them. The extinction of the giant ground sloths and other American megafauna marks one of the most dramatic ecological transitions in Earth's history, transforming landscapes that had remained stable for millions of years. Understanding this transition provides crucial insights into how ecosystems respond to rapid environmental change and the role that human activities play in shaping the natural world. Kaya and her clan represent the last generation of humans who will share the continent with giants. Though they have no way of knowing this, their children and grandchildren will inherit a fundamentally different America, one where human societies can expand and develop without the constant presence of megafauna that dwarf their settlements and challenge their territorial ambitions. But on this night, 27,000 years ago, the giants still rule, and humanity's future remains unwritten. The giant ground sloth continues its ancient dance of survival, its presence a testament to the incredible diversity of life that once flourished across the Americas, and a reminder that our planet's history contains chapters of wonder that stretch far beyond human experience or imagination.